Yo, it's Moodboy, welcome to this new video. Today we're gonna make a classic West Coast beat in the style of Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, Tupac, all of them. Let's listen to a preview of the beat. This classic GTA vibe, you can't go wrong with it. Let's not wait any longer and let's make the beat. First of all, let's change the BPM. Here I'm gonna make it a bit slower, so I'm gonna go for 90 BPM. For this beat, we're gonna start with the bass line. So if you haven't done it yet, you need a new virtual instruments track. By default, you have a piano, but let's change it to a bass sound. Okay, synth basses. This is the one I'm gonna choose. And right click, create region. So this will be a 4-bar loop. I can make the bass line. So if you want an easier way, you can activate Smart View over here. And I'm gonna choose a scale of C minor scale. All right. Here, this is a pretty good option. I can click on Fold to only have the notes of the scale, which is pretty convenient. So this way you avoid wrong notes if you want to. Okay, let's start with a C and make it lower. And I'm gonna make a catchy bass line. And you can see the notes, so you can just copy it if you want to. Ba-dum-bum. I'm gonna make more space here. I can just loop it, and this is the beginning of the beat. Let's just copy and paste it to make an 8-bar loop. I just made it longer because it's more convenient. We have the bass line, let's add the keys. We need a new track, so add track, virtual instruments. And we can keep the piano for now. You can also create the region. And let's make it a bit longer. This will do for now. We can also keep the Smart View. Be sure to be in C minor. And you can click again on Scale. Okay, this is going to be easier to make the chords. So we want a C minor chord. So I'm just gonna start with the C, and then I'm gonna skip the next note and put a note here. I'm gonna skip the next note and add a note. This is a C minor. Okay, this is going to be the next chord here, and I think this is going to be an F chord, probably. Let's try. So, see, it's very easy. You can skip a note, add one, skip a note, and add another note. And this is basically a triad, a simple chord with 3 notes. And here it's going to change again, but this time it's going to be this one, the A flat. So what I need is to find the bass note, which is going to be the A flat. And I can skip one, that's it. Or maybe I can make it higher. So I'm gonna choose the A flat here instead of the low A flat. But this is just the same note, but an octave higher. Yeah, sounds better. And here at the end we have a G. So the G is here, and I can make the chords like that. Let's listen to it. Okay, there are a few things we can change. So here at the end I want to create some extra tension, and I'm basically going to change the chord slightly. So this is not going to be a G minor, but I'm going to change it to a G major chord. So I click on scale, and I'm just going to change this note. So the minor third becomes a major third. Let's listen to it in context. We can take it even a step further and raise this note. And now we have a diminished chord. Can you hear the difference? It's a nice chord changes. I think it's time to change the sound. Let's try something else. So here I can just click on Instrument, and let's look for maybe a synth. Maybe not this one either. Let's try something else. What about this one? Alright, it starts sounding good. Let's add another thing. Let's add a lead on top of it. Like a West Coast lead. So, for that, I think there's some G-funk stuff. Okay, let's use this one. If you prefer, you can find a melody like that. So you want to click on Instrument, then use the Smart keys and set it to C minor scale. Okay, let's make it higher because it's a lead. Okay, let's find the melody. Okay, something like that. So, create region. I'm gonna use the piano roll this time. Sometimes you just gotta spend time until you find something you like. Let's make the last note a bit longer. And we can listen to it. To make it more West Coast, let's play it an octave higher. Skip the scale mode. And I need another E flat, which is going to be here. That's a pretty good start. Let's add the drums. I'm still gonna use a virtual instrument, but this time let's go on drum pads, and here you have some drum kits that are already made for you. So I'm not gonna create a drum kit from scratch, and let's go with this one, the Boom Bap Classic. I'm going to use the MIDI editor to make this beat. I'm gonna start with the snare, and it hits on the 2 and the 4. So here and here. A bit longer as usual. 2 is here, 2.2 and 2.4. 4, meaning first bar, second beat, first bar, fourth beat, and second bar, second beat, second bar, fourth beat. Okay. There we go. Let's add the hats. Copy and paste. Copy and paste, so we have the full loop. And now this is what we've got. We need the kick. And there we go. If you want to make it a bit louder, you can play here with the velocity. And maybe I can turn down the snare a little bit. If you don't really know where to place the kick, you can start here on the 1 and the third beat. So, see, that's what I did. That's the first beat of the second bar, and that's the third beat. And then I have kicks like in between. And then you just gotta have a feel for it. So try a couple of things and see where it sounds the best. If you wanna make it extra groovy, you can play a bit with the swing. So you're just going to place it a bit like that. And if you wanted to have a more natural feel, you can do the same thing with the hats. For example, if you press Command or Control, you can play a bit with the grid so they're not fully on time. And this way you have a more natural feel. You can also experiment a bit with the velocity. So let's say this one will be a bit louder, maybe this one a bit quieter. You can just nudge it a bit. Or actually, you can just click here on Randomize. I forgot about this option. And then you can adjust it to your taste. So this is a bit too loud. If you want to, you can also play with the different elements, like this, for example. But here I want to make it very basic, so I'm just going to keep it like that. I want my instruments to sound a bit nicer, so it's time to tweak it and to add some effects. Let's start with the bass, so just click on Effects, and then Add Effects. And here I'm going to use this one, which is an overdrive. I think it's better like that. And let's do the same thing for the chords. So add effects, and let's try a couple of things here. Maybe we can have some chorus, let's say. This is without. And with. And what about some reverb? This one, Univerb, is my favorite, I think. There we go. I think the lead sounds a bit too harsh, so what I want to do is to put some EQ just to tame the high frequencies. Let's go with this one. And again, I can use the Univerb. If you have a lead, it's always nice to have some reverb. Okay, and maybe a delay, so we can have some nice echoes going on. Maybe even more overdrive on the bass. There we go. We're almost there. It's now time to make a structure. Let's start with the bass and the drums, for example. Or even just the drums. Old school. And then everything together. And now I can make a sort of verse. So I'm going to keep it straightforward. And I don't want to make it too long. So let's just get a verse with maybe the bass and the drums. Let's see if it works. It's a bit too empty, so let's have the chords. Maybe the chords without the bass, it works better. Let's do a small build-up, a sort of chorus, and then the outro. So for the build-up, we're gonna keep everything but the drums. And then for the last part, we're gonna put everything back together. And then just the bass and the drums, and that will be it. Okay, why not? Yeah, it can work. And I guess that's it. I have a whole beat going on. That's it for today. I hope you liked it and that you've learned something. As usual, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and to hit the like button. In a few seconds, you can listen to the beat. You can first of all listen to the Bandlab beat I made and then to the original beat I made using Logic Pro. Of course, the Logic Pro version should be a bit better. Let me know what you think in the comments. That's enough of me talking. You can now listen to the beat and I'll see you next week for a new video. Bye bye.